these duos both tick a lot of boxes straight off the bat as well. Like, you've got catch off this Marcy, you got objective taking off the SF, and same with the side of Virtus.pro as well. The Leshrac is gonna, I mean, Leshrac does just tick a lot of boxes, and you've got that power and team fight of the Undying as well.
Yeah, and there's still plenty of room left in the draft to pick up ways to protect the Lesh as well. I mean, the Undying's already going to give him a little bit of help with the Tombstone slowing people down, the Soul Repeal. These heroes like Leshrac, right? Any time that you can just give them a little bit of extra survivability, you know, let them itemize in a slightly greedier way, just have them survive in the middle of the team fight, they're absolutely just pumping out damage. So, looking good so far. Still not exactly clear where this Lesh is going to be played. I'm not actually certain. I don't even know if they really... This is not something that they picked during regionals, at least. So maybe something that they've been working on and something that they had specifically in mind against this Xtreme roster.
Yeah, I think that's why we're seeing so many of these crazy picks coming out. Other than Topsum, because he's just a lunatic and does whatever he wants. We don't factor him into this. But everyone else, it kind of feels like they've had a lot of time to kind of plan for each other. And they're coming up with these very specific ideas to kind of bring the fight to one another, which is really cool to watch. So we've seen some pretty crazy stuff coming out. Na'Vi especially guilty of that one. The Ricky is coming to mind, the Pulseful Ricky. That was crazy.
Yeah, I think you certainly see it in this series as well, that these two teams prepared for each other. Because, like, VP, for example, they're a little bit weird in that they don't favor the ranged off lanes at all. DM is pretty much always playing a melee off lane. So they aren't really... along with the rest of the teams on this patch on that one. But you look at Xtreme, they're just banning out the Primal Beast, they're banning out the Beastmaster, so they're kind of all over that. And for Xtreme, it's a very different story, right? They've been playing a lot of this like off-lane Enigma, off-lane Death Prophet was something that they were running during the qualifiers, but not something that we've seen a hell of a lot of here in the Last Chance qualifiers, but yeah, both teams very familiar. Yeah, the Death Prophet seems to have disappeared off the face of the earth somehow.
What a fall from grace for her. She was literally one of the most picked heroes of the regional qualifiers. Top 6. About over 80% pick rate. And now disappears into the ether. Wow, that's a lot of picks. Oh, we got some heroes to crunch through here. Alrighty, so we're going to start things off with the Earthshaker being picked up by Virtus.pro. Meanwhile, Xtreme will grab the Dazzle and the Lone Druid. Very interesting stuff. The field is yours, basically. Talk about any of these you want.
I mean, Xtreme, it's a little bit one-dimensional, right? It's very just physical damage run at you, but this draft can play insanely fast. Shaker's been picking up steam as a hero, but VP, interestingly, actually had a stat down for this. They don't actually have the best win rate with it. So Yamich specifically, I think, has a 35% win rate over 23 pro games. So we'll see if he can redeem that a little bit here. Shaker does maybe make me think that it could be a Lesh offlane, but I've just been talking about, like, you know, DM doesn't play ranged offlanes necessarily, but now taking some time scratching their heads, you know, dipping into their reserve time. What are they going to come back with? They have to kind of address this Lone Druid a little bit. They're not that well equipped for it right now.
Venomancer.
It's just a Veno. Okay.
Venomancer coming out.
Doesn't look like it's not that free of a Veno game. You know, you're going to get a Marcian on top of you. The Shaker's going to help you out, certainly, and lots of just team fight buttons for Virtus.pro, though. Yeah.
And you already have the Dazzle as well, who's going to give you a bit of healing, and also the Shallow Grave, which can help out as well. So that is an option that Xtreme have.
Yeah, I can really see Xtreme just running at them. And their lanes are crazy powerful as well. Dazzle fell off because he got a couple of nerfs, but still very, very potent in lane. The hero was pretty much exclusively being carried by Poison Touch for a while there between its strength in lane and then the Shard. And probably going to see a little bit of that here. It's a really good response to the Shaker as well, because often in these Shaker lanes, it's going to be like you block it back, and then the Shaker might also be looking to drag waves. And Dazzle is just a hero that is impossible as the position forward to drag waves against. So I think that's part of why we see it here from Xtreme.
Yeah, we've seen many a foe fall to Dazzle as he just clicks them down, trying to be the Pied Piper of the creeps, so definitely not going to be an option. And Earthshaker already feels pretty bad in lane, so if he can't do that, he can't really do anything.
Yeah, and he's just slow in general, right? I think that's really what Xtreme are looking to punish here. Just come swinging out of the gate. The Drow ban is really interesting. I would have been kind of surprised if that's what VP were thinking about, but... Oh god, it's just all in on the minus armor strat. Oh boy. Roshan's sweating.
About this, are they, Xtreme?
He's watching. He's not home right now in the pit, but he's keeping an eye on this draft, and he knows he's not safe.
He's sweating. Poor Rosh. Yeah, wow. That is like all physical damage coming out from Xtreme Gaming. Jesus. I don't know what you do now.
Yeah, not certain. Okay, Troll Warlord is going to be the call.
Right, so there's a reason I don't mind the Troll, and that's because he's a hero which can kind of like just lock someone down by himself, you know, in that melee form with the ultimate. He can kind of deal with someone, especially like a bear or something like that. He can deal with it because what they have is like a lot of slows, but they are lacking quite hard control on the side of Virtus.pro. Beyond like the poison of the Venomancer, you've basically got Earthshaker and then Tombstone and Split Earth. So like, there's, you know what I mean is there's no silences, there's not a ton of slows, there's not a ton of stuns. Sorry, there's a ton of slows, but there's not a ton of stuns. So yeah, I think Troll's one of the few heroes you could pick here which would actually give you the ability to get any kills at all. But I am worried for Virtus.pro in that regard.
Yeah, well, for me it's a bit simpler in that Troll is just like one of the only carries that is going to have a tolerable lane here against Slardar Marcy. It's just absolutely disgusting. Like I think almost every ranged carry is off the table. Even with the Undying to help you, I think this lane is going to be pretty scary. Maybe the Undying Troll Warlord is going to be strong enough to fight back. We'll just have to see.
I mean, Undying and Troll are both known as two of like the strongest laning heroes in the game, right?
It is. Then, I mean, it is Undying versus double strength, so I think we
might be enough. But then it's Marcy. Every time I say it might be enough versus Marcy, it never is, base Skip. It never is. Alrighty, let's get into it. Game number 1 in this best of 2 series. Could be a very, very important series indeed between Virtus.pro and Xtreme Gaming, 2 of the favorite teams coming into this event. Now matching up. I'm very excited to cast this one. So, of course, we're going to have a pause, as is tradition.
Yep. Pauses have been quick in this event. We are on schedule. Things are going just fine. I am not stressed. Relaxed, casting this game, flourishing, all that. Yeah, so here we go.
Yep.
No
Dan,
stress.
you weren't lying.
What all?
I thought you were going to curse us super hard there. I'm not going to lie. I was...
yeah, then we were paused for half an hour and replaced 4 computers.
I was breaking out the trivia.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
No, we are good. This has been something we've seen a lot, especially from VP, from Na'Vi, going for the first bloods. Not sure they're going to be able to connect onto the Slardar here, and the axes from Ramses don't quite connect. So he's going to be absolutely fine. A happy little fishy.
Yeah, it was a little stressful for him when the smoke broke, but he didn't even stick around. He didn't immediately run for the hills.
30 seconds to battle.
Xtreme now not really willing to let them over into this top side of the map, so looking like it could just be a 2-2 split. We'll see if VP can punch through. They're still bringing everybody all together.
This is cute. They're kind of congering across the map together, holding hands, showing a lot of camaraderie, but they might be giving out some bounties here. I'm not sure. Let's see. Kind of moving across the map, trying to probe all 3 at once.
Yeah. The Shaker just wants to go block the wave, so...
Old 11 in with a stun. That means he is going to get the bounty rune, but with 3 heroes surrounding him, this might not be worth it. Old 11 taking a lot of hits, and I'm pretty sure he's just dead. Ramses going to be getting first blood onto Old 11. Well, they did get all 4 bounty runes on Xtreme Gaming, but with first blood on Ramses, I think Virtus.pro are going to be absolutely fine with that.
Sure, they got all 4, but getting that last one was only... like, the first blood was only +1, right? So, not sure if that's worth it. That's going to give Ramses either some extremely fast phase boots or something here, which is a little scary. He's actually just going to go for a Bassi to give Hakoda even more decay spam. As they put DY down here on the Dazzle, so yeah, they're not going to give them the double strength against this Undying.
Yeah, it's a nice little swap up there from the side of Xtreme. Might have been the plan all along, who knows. But PYW going to be laning up with Lu up in the top lane. Yeah. How does Marcy Lone Druid sound? So I think it sounds still pretty scary.
Yeah, I think the Venomancer still needs to be a little bit worried. Maybe slightly better for the Shaker to be able to save in this lane, but yeah, still concerning. The one thing I will say though is that Marcy does kind of want some levels, so and Lone Druid prefers if his support just stays the hell away and gives him all the experience. So that's a little bit of a detriment for Lu, but shouldn't be the end of the world. Making a go on this Lone
a good
Druid
amount of
here.
harass, but yeah, he's taking some damage. Yamich, though, actually doesn't have the mana at the moment for the fissure. Gonna need a few more seconds to get up to 120. And still chasing Lu, though. Yamich, he's going under the tower. He wants this one. I'm not sure he's going to get it. Takes a bit of time to land the fissure and tries to get away through the tree line. He's taken some hits, but PYW won't be able to close the gap, so a pretty crazy move there from Yamich.
He survived. He calculated it, but and he didn't have anything else left in the tank, really, so maybe take this range creep and head back to base. DM is going to have to be pretty careful in the meantime. The lane's pushing pretty heavily, and he's not going to have the Shaker to help. Actually, Yamich sticking around.
Sticking around.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a clarity going. He knows he's getting some
alright.
melee support, so he can still exist in this lane.
Bot lane doing really well for ult 11. He's got 12 CS. I don't know how this is happening for him, but seems chill.
Oh, DM maybe in some... Nah, he's absolutely fine. Fissure block comes in from Yamich and saves the day. So how is our mid lane looking right now? We've got GPK currently sitting on 9-0 and Paparazzi sitting on 11-4. Oh, Paparazzi SF. What a treat. Why, how did that only just occur to me now that we get this?
Yeah, this is pretty sick. Doing very well so far in the mid lane. Lots of gank potential from both sides, right? The Marcy and the Shaker.
Oh my god.
Easily able to come get these kills.
Just the posturing, like challenging GPK to come near the creep so we have a kill down in the bottom side.
Good all be getting turned around on
full.
here. Still alive though on Clutch Fruit.
Yeah, they're both so low. If this bear connects on any of them, they could be in trouble, but the Gale does just run out now. And DM's still sticking around, being so annoying on this Venomancer, refusing to leave despite the low HP.
This lane is absolutely balanced on knife edge. It's just like somebody's gonna die soon. It's just not clear who.
And I think once one of them starts dying, they're all going to start dying. It's going to be messy, I think, as we jump forward on PYW, but he misses with the rebound. So DM will be okay. Whew. GPK still sweating in this middle lane as Paparazzi really just laying the smackdown on him here. My god, this is this is dominant. This is something we haven't seen in a long time as well in the mid lane.
Yeah, this is nasty, and they're not going to give GPK a water rune, so he's actually going to get sent back to base. It looks like he's got a salve, but
I mean, he's been zoned so far out, he's halfway back to base already.
yeah, it's not a bad point. But it doesn't look like anybody's going to be dying anytime soon to come refill him, so it's just going to have to deal with it, unfortunately.
Bottom lane. Oh, that's going to be a kill on Told 11. They do close the gap. Ramses and Hakoda working together to get the job done.
He was not expecting 2 points in Soul Rip. This ability has really fallen by the wayside, but Hakoda getting it done. I wonder if some of that is just getting the Bastion early on.
Oh, PYW taking some hits, but throwing Yamich back into the clutches of Lu. PYW getting very low, though, looking like he will fall from this. Yamich, though, going to go down as well, unable to get off the enchant totem. Therefore, that'll be a kill going to Lu. And I think they'll be happy with that in the top lane, honestly. Xtreme.
Yeah, I think they're pretty happy with how this lane's going in general. Venomancer's not getting a whole lot of farm. Lone Druid not really coming under a whole lot of pressure. Oh, and DY's looking at mid. I'm trying to remind him that the Marcy's missing as well. Watch out mid, GPK. They're looking for you.
Yeah, that's a deadly duo in the middle lane. Marcy SF. Lord 11 taking some heavy hits down at bottom whilst the Marcy is away.
Interested to see what Old 11's build is going to be this game. He hasn't committed to anything, just some treads in a wand so far. Blink's certainly going to be important at some point, but just have to see when exactly that's going to be. And what is Ramses doing? Does have the Ring of Health queued up, so probably thinking about the Battle Fury.
And again, just being so aggressive on all 11 here, he can't really get much done as we've got a fight breaking out down the bottom. For the rune, which hasn't even spawned yet, but it is going to be an invis, and it's going to go straight into Paparazzi's bottle.
And they immediately get the D-ward on that. And PYW
And now
is here.
PYW, yeah, on to GPK, waiting even with the dispose. They'll turn it around onto GPK, and he gets obliterated in the middle lane. Good God, Paparazzi is looking absolutely terrifying on this SF.
And the support's just very free to come and make this play. Old 11's under the tower at bottom. And the Lu pretty resilient up at top as well. So they can just stay here. I don't think there's any reason for the Xtreme Gaming supports to leave. And they've got the siege creep going. So really going to have to be a bit of a commitment for VP to stop this push.
Yeah, and you look at VP's answer, and they have Undying and Earthshaker to rotate in. I don't know how scary that sounds.
Yeah. At least, you know, GPK comes in and we'll be able to deal with it. And PYW is back on the hunt. They do scout his rotation over towards top with this observer ward over by the Roshan pit, so shouldn't be caught out here. As I say that, though.
Here we go. Jump in onto DM, throwing him back. Oh no, the Fisher actually kind of blocking DM off here. They have managed to keep him away from the Marcy, but Lu doesn't really keep up, unfortunately. That Gale just slowing him down and allowing DM to get away. A little scary with that Fisher there from Yamich.
Yeah, doing the work, but DM opting for more points in the Gale and the Sting early on here. So it's going to take him a long time to max out the Plague Wards. You know, farm's not going to be huge on the Venomancer this game. And another jump.
Again onto Yamich as they also go in the bottom lane, but PYW getting very low in the same time as well. Yamich is unleashing, trying to get himself away. And he is going to survive, as is PYW, so... No one dropping this lane, no one dropping the bottom. Just a lot of trading, a lot of threats, and also I feel like a lot of respect coming out from both these teams. They're not just like super committing to each other. And once again, the fight over the rune. And this time it's going to go to GPK, and it is a haste rune as well. So that is going to be a huge threat. The TP haste Leshrak is a scary one. It's in the top. Once again, we go again. PYW is a one to full here. Can they get the entangle? Doesn't look like it. In fact, it's still on cooldown from when it was used before. So DM, though, going to walk straight into Lu. Actually pops the ultimate here to try and bring down Lu. Lu will get the one kill. Can he get the two? That actually gives him level 6 to now turn into the true form. And that should give him the health he needs to survive this.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the bear. It's still on cooldown for 30 seconds, so he's just having to waddle away with his triple branch.
He's a sad bear. A big bear, but a sad bear.
Yeah, it might be time to go chill out in the jungle for a couple of minutes. You don't want to risk anything. Because if he loses the bear again, then he's really going to be in a sad state.
Certainly will be, yeah. Meanwhile, GPK, he's gonna spend a bit of time. Is he gonna get a bit of jungling going on? Yes, he is.
Yeah, he needs some catch up. GPK super struggling this game. Only 2.3k net worth, actually. So Xtreme just getting everything that they were kind of hoping for out of this laning stage, and way more than I expected at bottom, all things considered. I really did not think that the Slardar was going to do so well, but this lane swap up with the Dazzle heading bot and bringing the Marcy to the top lane seems to have worked out beautifully.
Yeah, Xtreme in a very good place. They've won middle and top. It's just Ramses who's had a pretty good time. How much can he do on the Troll Warlord? I don't know.
They're baiting
what do you
Lu
think?
a little bit. The rotation's coming here.
Yeah, they're tempting them. And the Coda's nearby as well.
Like you know that we just resummoned. If you kill this Lone Druid, you're really ruining his game. Would be a shame if you did that.
Guys. Don't do it. PYW in onto DM. No poison over this time around. Does get off a nice gale onto the two of them, but will be food for Paparazzi. Paparazzi looking for the next target, but unfortunately he's just too slow due to the gale. And turns around. Oh yeah, takes the soul of his teammate. Yep. Nice little command. PYW's GPK comes in. They're looking for the bear. They want to kill the resummoned bear here, but Paparazzi's waiting in the trees and actually going to use the grave onto that bear to keep it alive. No one coming close enough to the trees, and Paparazzi actually being spotted as a catapult attacks him. So the jig is up.
All right. It's a little bit awkward that everyone's kind of stuck up here in top lane now. I'm curious to see how XG respond to this? Are they going to try and keep any heroes, or is it just go and pressure elsewhere? POW is all over DM.
Yeah, he really is. Moving on him on the middle lane. It's just... He's gonna solo kill it? This what? Huh?
I mean, he hit him with the Gale, but it doesn't matter. Marcy, good hero.
Yeah, a good hero, basically. Definitely a good hero.
And now they're just going to lose mid tower for free. Sidekick on the bear. That is the end of that one.
Yep, finishing off what Paparazzi started. The bear gets it done. Xtreme take a first big objective, and I'm feeling like it might be leading to more. The movement down to bottom starting to happen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think I don't know that there are many teams that would have made that play with the SF rotating top, wrapping all the way around and popping out of the trees on the left, but that's just Xtreme Gaming for you. Finding these little opportunities. Some of that, a lot of that is where this lead is coming from, that they've got the lanes and then also just making a couple of somewhat unexpected moves. GPK's catching up, but it's still not great, and DM's game is just kind of over, I want to say. He's just getting his first point in the Plague Wards now. I don't know where his net worth is ever going to come from, especially when he's got a Troll going Battle Fury and a Lesh on his team. There's just not any creeps for him to hit.
Yeah, he's struggling. He's really struggling. I don't know, how much can Ramses do? I'm really questioning that at the moment, because Troll, he's not really that hero which you can just kind of rely on to solo carry the game. He needs a team behind him.
Yeah, and he's not a like one item and then fight carry either. I think the thing that people always talk about is how Troll has all of these issues that he needs to kind of patch with itemization, right? You're like, oh, I'm just gonna get stunned, so I need the BKB. Oh, you know, don't have that much damage, so you need a damage item. There's a lot of problems that he needs to solve, and a Battle Fury is not going to be a farming item. They're not going to be a fighting item during this game. Is DM getting gone on again at mid?
He certainly is, yeah, having a terrible time. I mean, kind of just tanking the middle lane for his team, it feels like at the moment, but he is giving away a lot to XG.
Yeah, I think normally this would be okay, right? This is like classic Venomancer gameplay. You get gone on, you get the Poison Nova off or something, and your team comes in, but VP just do not look like they are in any position to fight Xtreme currently, so they're exerting themselves all over the map.
Yeah, well, Leshrak needs to be the one kind of on the front lines dealing the damage and kind of controlling up the tempo of the game for VP, and he cannot do that in his current state. He doesn't have an item yet. He's got Arcane Boots and the Staff of Wizardry.
Yep, and the Earthshaker is a little useless at the moment as well. Yamich trying to find whatever room he can on the map to grab a little bit of farm. Sizing up GPK at top here.
Yeah, doing a bit more than that maybe, as BYW jumping on in here using the Unleash and targeting the Tombstone. Odd 11 coming in as well, and GPK is gone. Here's fish food. Now they move over towards Dakota as well, trying to get the +1, and I figure this will be an easy kill. Old 11 getting the double in the top lane. XG punishing hard.
I don't know who VP can play around at this point. You just look at all three cores and it's like, does any of them want the two supports to come with them and do something? Not really. This game could snowball very fast from here. I think Xtreme...
Meanwhile, Ramses is like, oh, guys, don't worry, I got my Battle Fury, just give me 10 more minutes and I'll have some items. His team like,
just don't let them invade the triangle, guys, it'll be fine.
When he's showing in the top lane, he needs to finish this wave and then move out of here. Wait, is he just going to juke them by being greedy? No, he's actually read it super well. He's read it really well. He's moving to the tree line here. XG not getting the troll.
Oh no, DM not again. Run.
He dared show. He's placing the play. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Blink forward from old 11. BYW on him as well. That is a dead DM once again.
I love that ping. I found him, guys. Everybody else hit whatever creeps you can.
Yeah, and now into the pit. This is a fast game coming out from XG, and that Roshan, as we mentioned in the draft, getting turned to absolute paper mache.
I think this goes to show you just how important DM and his hero pool is to VP, because they look so lost here, and I think a lot of that just comes down to Yeah, a couple crucial DM heroes getting banned at the beginning of the draft, and just couldn't find something that they were happy with for him here.
I'll be honest, I'm just enjoying Paparazzi on the Shadow Fiend once again. It's such a throwback, and it's so good. He's owning. Oh my god, they're slamming the bear down here in the bottom lane. He's got to resummon those, so he's just going to do that. And GPK is gone, Yamich as well. That is a kind of a very sad indicator of how this game is going for them. They just echo slammed a bear where they have a resummon.
Yeah. Maybe they can get it again on the on the respawn. Maybe that'll slow down the push a little bit. This is going to get kind of scary. I think Paparazzi even just going to go for the presence or effect buildings, right? And we're just going to watch everything that VP have. All of their towers just absolutely crumble.
Yeah, I feel that too.
It's still only
Demolish.
2 points in Plague Ward for this poor Venomancer. DM. Just can't get any experience. I wonder if do you think he'll get any vessel charges this game, Nomad? He's had this urn for a little bit. This is going to be an extremely sad urn.
Surely he gets one, right?
Maybe. We'll see. They got 4 kills right now. Let's see if they can do better than that.
Well, they're going to get more bear kills, I reckon. As, oh my god, GPK just gets spotted, immediately jumped upon. Yamich will slow them down, but is enough to stop him. I think it is, actually. GPK still surviving and maybe able to get the turnaround onto Old 11. Meanwhile, in the backlines, Troll Warlord tries to get the battle trance. Get ulted by Paparazzi, sent in and dead, but they're getting pretty low. The Poison Nova comes down as well. They'll lose a first life on the SF as Yamich jumping in onto the back, and they'll take out Old 11. Now, can they kill Paparazzi for a second time? Yes, they can. The high ground defense from VP comes in huge. Lou getting the TP away at the very least, but wow, that was big.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge. Great positioning from Yamich. The Fisher completely destroying Xtreme, keeping GPK alive. Unfortunately, they do end up losing Ramses, but fantastic hold. And maybe they can do it again.
I mean, that was an Aegis, you know, that was an Aegis and the SF himself. And look at this, just diving a little bit too deep. The timing from Yamich there, picking up the Blink Dagger as well, just wow.
Yeah, they almost made a clean getaway with the Requiem, but then DM comes in, makes life very difficult.
Yeah, does what he's been wanting to do all game. Gets off a nice poison over onto multiple heroes, and that sets him up for a successful high ground defense. And we have a game maybe on our hands.
DM getting solo killed again. Yamich maybe saving again though.
Ooh,
oh, no.
Slam a little bit off the mark, but what else can they do here? I mean, they've got more heroes coming in. Old 11 trying to swim himself away. Sprint is out, but Dakota, he's nearby, but he doesn't have anything to slow them down with. And Marcy's kind of come over, do a nice little kickflip off him to speed him up.
Okay. I don't know. Well, I know exactly how Old 11 got out there. They didn't manage to slam him, but
yeah,
we'll ignore that. That's fine. Oh, they're looking for him.
Yamich is trying to redeem himself.
Yeah.
This is interesting.
Old 11's pretty low. Oh, they didn't actually see him in the camp. Never mind. Well, meanwhile in the top lane, say goodbye to your buildings.
Yeah. Whilst they're trying to fish this fish.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And the line's been
Top tower
drawn.
has been, yeah. Oh, a lovely line as well.
Radiant's top tower.
That's like, what do they call it? The beauty line.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I can't remember what it's called. It's supposed to be very picturesque and nice, and it looked like that. So well done.
If you'd be looking for anything on this map,
Radiant are scattered.
even popping the scan, like, where is this
Oh,
Slardar, please? We just want to kill him. Give us
He's
something.
evading them so well.
We
for
can't
so
team fight
long.
them.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have vision in this area, right? It's all on the left side of the map, but has been evading them expertly, and now they're going to completely come in and clear out the triangle, reclaim this control of the map. They do have a BKB on the Troll Warlord. Ramses is getting somewhere. He's still #1 on net worth and has been for a pretty significant portion of this game, but really going to come down to, you know, can they keep the Tombstone going? Can they get some kind of chain stun with Fisher, Split Earth, you know, deliver a good Venomancer ult? Can DM get level 12?
Can DM get level 12? Find out next week on LCQs. The big thing here to mention as well is that whilst they do have a bit of a gold advantage on Xtreme, VP have the XP advantage. They have better levels on their cores. That's because Xtreme have just been running around as 5 a lot of the time, so...
Lou by himself at mid. Gotta be a little bit careful.
Yamich gets off the stun, blinks on top of him as well. Ultimate comes out from the troll. What happened there? It doesn't matter. They're going on to Lou. They're going to take him down regardless. Ultimate used. Hero dead. Lou is killed off.
He got the
yeah, the Savage Roar just made things look a little funky.
Yeah.
They've got both that and Requiem, so we're going to be seeing a lot of that this game.
Well, a little bit of a misstep there from Xtreme, and they're going to pay a pretty hefty price for this one. Fortunately for them, you know, we're not in the Roshan window, so not too much of a concern, but still, it does go to show that VP kind of in fighting shape and getting some more teamfight going. Actually, huge pickup from GPK. We haven't even talked about the fact that he was going for this one, but has the Aghanim Scepter. So against this like all physical damage lineup from Xtreme, the Nihilism going to be insanely valued.
Yeah, this is a pickup we don't see an awful lot, but yeah, as you say, against this lineup, it seems absolutely perfect, honestly, to borrow a line from OD.
Yeah. Yeah, should be really good. And if he can get to this blink, if he can get to his shard, you know, the Lesh is looking pretty scary. He had an extremely difficult start, but he's managed to kind of close the gap on the SF somewhat. So second Roche, definitely going to be the name of the game. And VP, can they just maintain some map control in the meantime? Difficult for them to get over there, but fortunately they didn't get raxed or didn't lose a tier 3 or anything bottom, so don't have to deal with any constant pressure. And DM does have vessel charges, for those of you following along at home. Another smoke.
Yes, everyone who's invested in that narrative.
Yeah. That's just me? Just me, okay. That's all right.
Oh, VP. They are the ones on the hunt now, and they might have just found themselves someone very big, immediately jumping in with the slam. No hesitation at all from Yamich. DY in the trees, though, does get off the shallow grave, and with the BKB, Paparazzi is going to be okay, and it's actually Yamich who's getting melted on the side by Lou. Now jump in, 2-man stun from Odd 11 as he moves towards DM. Paparazzi still staying on the sidelines here, not really committing to this fight, as PYW jumps into the middle. Another massive grave coming out from DY here, doing a huge amount of work in this fight as he drags Ramses into a pretty dangerous position. Now Hurricane Pike from Paparazzi, they eliminate Ramses with ease, and now they'll find the +1 in DM who's trying to TP away, but Old 11 says no. Wow, a huge outplay there from Xtreme, and DY, godly dazzle
God.
plays.
Yeah, sick positioning, great graves, definitely winning them that team fight. They did not count on the dazzle just being right behind the SF.
Why was he there? I don't know, but I'm glad he was, and I think Paparazzi is very glad he was as well. Although GPK looking for some revenge in the middle lane. There is no BKB, but there is a Hurricane Pike, and that is all that Paparazzi needs to get away. And
Yeah,
okay.
they were thinking about chasing further on Ult 11 there, but just going to chill out. So we got 1 minute to Roche. Both teams super setting their sights on that one.
To the impurities.
What other pickups do we have? So we've seen that Pike a couple times from the Shadow Fiend. It's just going to be going for a shard now. I imagine that we're going to have a couple of people saving buyback for this upcoming fight, though not really the case. Just 2 heroes.
All right,
what are you
GPK
chuckling
was
at?
going for some creeps in the middle lane, and Yamich just Fisher blocked him for some reason. I don't know why.
Don't go.
It's dangerous.
Don't
go
do
there.
it. Think of the Marcy. Everybody dies in the mid lane to the Marcy.
Yeah, that's definitely true. XG smoked up, moving into the pit, just checking if he's up. It'll be 15 seconds until we have Roshan in the game. XG moving around.
Both teams are going to know when it's up.
It's pretty much just each side warding their side of the map, so...
Yeah, Vision Game's not insanely interesting here. They do have a second smoke on Xtreme. They might even consider going for it.
Yamich doing a good job on the cliff here, doing his best ward impression, and then just jumps back up again. All right, see you later. Using the Fisher shard beautifully as Slardar gonna get graved for now. And huge heals actually coming out from DY with that mech and with that Shadow Wave.
All right, so kind of BKB for the Tombstone there. Really important that they get their gem out safely. That's what Old 11 was expecting to find a ward maybe up on that high ground, not an Earthshaker.
Yeah, Ramsey's starting Roche. This seems ambitious, to say the least.
Yeah. Lanes are nothing to be concerned about currently, so I think we're just going to have a full standoff on Roshan.
Yep, you love to see it. No one's going to have to run home and defend any towers here. Both teams, full 5-man, can stare at each other over the river for about half an hour. Hope you're ready, kids.
Yeah, it's time.
I lied. Ramsey's in the pit once again. Ramsey doesn't have the patience for this. He's in. Forcing the hand of Xtreme. Seeing if anyone dare approach him. Inside the edge right now. And in we go. Big slam on the backlines here, but once again, DY's there with the Grave onto Lou, and now looking for the turnaround with that Requiem coming on out. PYW getting low, but actually choosing to throw GPK back, but he is dead. Buyback from him as Ramses, he is now out of that ultimate and completely taken out. Just betting him into the worst situation possible with that battle trance. Fight continues though. Lou looking for DM on the side. XG just holding to their high ground here. Roshan is kind of low, but it just seems very difficult for VP to actually finish off. But at the same time, it's hard for Xtreme to come near the pit due to all these split earths everywhere.
Yeah, the shard is doing some serious work. Might even be able to delay this to get another fight going. They have killed the bear, so Lou gonna have to be a little bit careful. DY certainly thinking about that, making sure that he can get the Grave on it. But Roshan's kind of low. XG might just force it.
Oh, Paparazzi. Wait. Oh,
no BKB.
He's very stunned. He is extremely stunned. DY gonna get jumped on. Gonna have to Grave himself. Paparazzi forcing out the back of his pit as GPK is gonna be the one turned on and killed. Dakota as well caught inside the pit by the bears. Yamich tries to finish the job but can't do so. Paparazzi turns around, slaps him down. And there's now 3 more heroes down the side of VP, but they just can't get in. Finally, they get in to try and finish this Roshan. They're even graving the bear, and they are gonna finally finish the job and Aegis onto Paparazzi at last.
Oh my god, that was stressful. It looked like Paparazzi was gonna die. The DY ended up using the Grave on himself. Paparazzi manages to get a nice little directional move, Hurricane Pike out of the pit. And 3 heroes surviving on an absolute sliver of HP there.
Yep.
Wow.
And not just the Graves, but the sidekicks as well, doing so much work in keeping these heroes alive just on a sliver of HP. There were 4 Graves and 5 sidekicks used during that fight.
Yeah, the healing has just been immense. Oh, and Ramses, you gotta be careful down here.
Yeah, he's got a canary. He's got Yamich nearby too. Oh my god, Ramses actually committing to the kill onto Old 11 here, and he's going to get it done. I mean, it does cost him a BKB, and there's XG heroes nearby, but I'm not sure they're going to want to commit to this, especially with Lou dead. So. And
they lost the Aegis a bit as well. Paparazzi getting brought down by GPK. All right. VP, Core is making plays on all 3 lanes here, giving XG the runaround.
Well, I'm glad we fought all that time for the Aegis, guys.
Yeah. Went out the window pretty quickly. And VP, couple little flubs, and then immediately back, makes some really nice plays, keeping the game interesting, very back and forth, especially after how the lanes and that first part of the mid game went. It did feel like Xtreme were really running away with it, but VP are going toe-to-toe with them on some of these pickoffs, and maybe not quite at the same level with the teamfight execution, but certainly playing the map beautifully.
And at this point, I still have no idea who's going to win. I mean, it seems when it's a 5v5, Xtreme seem to have the advantage, but when it comes just playing the map...
Oh, I've seen this one before.
He tries to initiate onto the Shadow Fiend here. He has got the BKB should he want to use it, but he's holding off for now. Jump forward onto GPK. The right clicks are in. Will need one more. Force forward, and they get the kill. And now Paparazzi looks over towards Coda as well, and with a sidekick, heals him up wonderfully. Oh, if he had landed that stun, though, that was a double kill. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, well, he did have to stun both of them.
Yeah, so, he was putting a lot of pressure on himself.
Yeah, it was a tricky one. At least they're not going to get punished for it too much since it's all the way over on the enemy side of the map. So it is kind of buying time for Ramses. Maybe not exactly the way that you'd want to be buying time here, but it's something. And what other itemization do we have coming out? So we've got Nullifier being worked on for the Lone Druid.
We have DM's second item of the game, everyone. He's doing it. The Vampire is coming back into the game with a Lotus.
He's got a shard as well. Does that count or not quite?
Shard is half an item. We'll go 2.5 items.
Yeah, okay. I'll agree with that math.
Smoke up.
XG, yeah, smoked, showing the lone druid at bottom. And I think maybe just smoking down to join him.
It's a long conga line.
Yeah, it's going to take them a little bit. See the troll at mid.
And a smoke up from Virtus.pro as well. Both teams can be circling around each other a bit here.
Yeah, both got
Oh,
vision in the
so
same
let's go.
area, but it seems like VP more interested in going and playing on this top side of the map instead.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like this isn't going to result in much. So, yeah, Nullifier completed on Lucky the Bear.
I always love seeing people's bear names. It's fun.
You have to name your bear. You have to.
Yeah, there's no choice.
Odd 11 might be tempting here in the middle lane.
Dire's
4xG.
top tower is under
It's a bait though, as you hear the wreck wave getting
Yeah.
pumped, and yeah, the shallow grave is constantly in range for DY if you hover over that. I don't know that I like VP's chances in going for a little bit of a base race though. So
tower has fallen.
No, absolutely not. I mean,
yeah, I'm just
Flesh
saying.
is okay, but you know, Lone Druid and Shadow Fiend are better.
Yeah, and the bear with the sidekick and everything else. So yeah, they're
Yep.
certainly going to force them back here. Seeing if anybody shows on mid lane. Man, both teams just being so disciplined in their movements currently.
Has been killed.
Checking all the high grounds, using the gem, making sure that no one's getting shown on the lane when they don't have a hero behind them.
Oh,
Here we go,
Ramses is going to be the target here. Do they have anything to save him with as a question? The answer is no. He is just gone. And now they look for more. DM's going to be the target here for Old 11 and Lou. Meanwhile, PY chasing forward for others. But with that Poison Nova coming down, it's going to slow them up quite a lot. And actually, GPK looking to re-engage here. Maybe looking for PYW, but he's got a whole team behind him. Not really worth trying for that. So they will sacrifice their Undying. And it's just going to be 3 kills going the way of Xtreme.
Well, I feel like I jinxed him. It's like nobody's showing on lanes if they don't have a hero behind him, and it was only like a half a second late from reaction. Oh, they get loot.
Oh my god. The damage coming in into 1, into 2. They can't quite get PYW as he leaps away with the rebound. GPK still chasing, but not connecting. There are no BKB, so GPK is feeling very confident, but he's got to wait for this Nihilism before he can go anywhere near that Shadow Fiend.
Is under attack.
And Yamich is in a sticky situation right now, but he's got a Blink Dagger and they're not interested in him anyway. They want the big target, but they won't connect.
That kill is going to hold off the push.
Soldiers.
VP every single time they...
Every time, dude.
Yeah, every
So
like slight
sick.
mistake they just completely overcompensate for back in the opposite direction. This is some sick Dota from both sides.
Yeah, and GPK is just playing like an absolute beast. The moment those BKBs are on cooldown, he's on the map. He's looking for plays, and that's exactly what he's doing here as he goes into high ground. Paparazzi 4-stuffing away over a cliff. That's the one problem he's having. He can't keep Paparazzi near him due to this Hurricane Pike.
And GPK, it's not like he has a whole bunch of defensive items to play around either. Sure, the Nihilism is helping, and the E-Blade is also kind of a defensive option here, but he's having to play like a madman to find these kills, and he's making it work, especially after the start that he had.
Yeah, he is 3 and 5. Let's not. He's not some kind of killing machine running around the map, but the kills he has had have been very high value. So, DM caught out solo by Old 11 down at bottom.
And they're getting mass nullifiers here to deal with the Ghost Scepters and everything else. So supports are going to die very, very quickly, and the Lesh also not going to be very happy about that situation either.
Very stylish smoke there from XG. Once again, pushing the advantage. BKB's off cooldown, and that's about the only timing they really care about. VP very much respectful of this, just running back into their base, not trying to hold any ground here at all. No, PYW doesn't have the blink, so...
They've got 2 really nice wards here. We're just going to have to wait and see what well, even 3 really nice wards. Kind of keeping VP pinned inside of their base. Do they have any smokes left? I'm not actually sure. There's none in inventories or anything like that, so VP kind of just having to walk out for this one. They do have a gem of their own. Similar situation for Xtreme. So what you see is what you get for the moment.
I mean, this game has been like TI backstage because it's just been non-stop smoking.
They're looking at mid, but they don't have blue. They don't actually want to take the fight. They catch out the bear.
Yeah,
Nice pick-off.
this is something, but
UI can save it.
yeah, that'll be okay. Very hard to bring down this big tanky bear, especially.
Rush is actually up.
Really
Nobody's
fully
checked
commit
it.
to it.
Pings are
Oh.
coming now from GPK saying, "Hey, can we control this area? This is what really matters currently." As we're just going to be here in
So-
split earths for the rest of the game.
Yeah, get used to it, guys. Get used to it. My question is, how does Ramses enter the next fight? Because it hasn't really been very successful game for him so far.
Unfortunately, he does kind of have to be the first point of contact for VP, so I think he just has to keep face tanking it and just hoping that his team can make the space for him to press his buttons and heal back up. I don't know if there's really any other way to do it.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It's a lot of
attack.
split earths. It's a lot of split earths.
It's a huge pain for this bear.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a BKB on the bear now.
Okay, all right, that's gonna help.
So you can run through the field of split earths and
Oh, he's
stuff.
got a quickening charm as well. Okay, all right. And we'll just have to wait and see what the tier 4 items hold. Could be even more annoying on this Leshrac.
Once again. This game, it feels like, just chaos all around the map. Then when the Roche spawns, it's just... Oh, he gets very close. Oh my god, he actually pops a poison over there. Only really landing onto Old 11, I think. Yeah,
It's
no
gonna
one
be
else
okay.
really caught by it. So.
Old 11's
A
initiation
little-
getting stopped by the Shaker Shard, who was really looking
Yeah.
for that jump.
DM a little bit hot off the presses there as they actually find Paparazzi, but they've got the grade behind him, so he's not too worried just yet. Ramses, though, might be committing to this, but the fear comes out and pushes him back. But VP, they've gained precious ground here as they're trying to get control of this cliff. DM coming up and going for the D ward. They have the wards down now. Can they get into Roche? More importantly, can XG do anything about it? It's so important, these ward spots. You control the vision and you control the fight as they continue to take hits out of the bear. Back into the Roche pit for Ramses. XG, there's no way they give this up for free, that's for sure. But how do they find the entry?
Old 11 trying to find the angle, but these plague wards are such a nuisance.
Yep. Plague wards and split earths, and now they jump in. PYW, he's in the pit next to Ramses, and with the Requiem, they might be able to bring him down, but in comes the Ethereal Blade to help out Ramses. He gets off the BKB, hasn't popped the ulti yet, as they just want to try and make this fight last as long as possible. They want the BKBs, and they're not going to get them as Ramses is going to get brought down. No buyback for him. Grave comes out to save PYW as well. XG keeping on the front lines here as Roshan's down to about 33% HP, but on the sidelines, Old 11 finds GPK as well. But not a huge pick off. Both the cores dead on the side of Virtus.pro, and now they're into the pit. They'll get the Aegis on Paparazzi, also a Refresher Shard for the Lone Druid.
Ramses didn't get his ulti off. He got bashed. And that was just the end of the fight, unfortunately. Blue committing super hard onto him, and Xtreme now with a 17k lead. Wow. That was extremely tense, but
All right,
actually
you're
getting
allowed
it
one.
done.
You're allowed to say extremely once in the next G-cast. That's it. Extreme.
Used up my quota.
Is under attack.
You did, yeah, for the day.
Dire's structures are
We still got one more game. What am I supposed to do?
I know. Jeez, we still got one more game. Well, 40 minutes in, and they're powering through this tier 3 tower.
Oh,
Still
God.
20 seconds for our Troll Warlord, and 30 for the Leshrac. It's gonna be a while. Fortification being used here, but it's looking like this might even, and not quite gonna be Megas for the Leshrac's back. He'll have a chance to defend the final lane here. It depends on XG. What do they want to do? Look at that. They're like
Okay, the two-shot the range
towers.
rack,
How is that
sure.
okay?
See you later.
Oh my god. It's not just it's not just paparazzi tearing through these buildings as well. The bear is not messing around either.
No, the the bear is doing a ridiculous amount of damage. And VP, I mean, thinking about fighting, but gotta deal with these lanes. Oh, it's actually just Ramses who just solo smoked with the ninja gear.
They see him.
Yeah, they do.
Saying hello. And Ramses, in true Ramses form, is not backing away. Despite being 22 gay down, he is still very much on the front lines.
Maybe they can jump PYW, that's what they're going to try for.
Immediately Ethereal Blading himself to stop Paparazzi's hits coming through. Stun out onto the Troll Warlord. Nullifier also going to be bouncing around as well. Hitting onto Ramses, but again, Ramses, he knows that if they commit too hard on him, they are going to pay a big price.
He has to play like this. There's nobody else that can really be in the front lines, but it's an extremely dangerous game. Super stressful for Yamich. He's the only save, so he's the only one that has any chance of breaking this this combo.
Can't believe you said it again. Casting license revoked.
Oh no!
The Plague Ward Army. Yeah. Gathering on the high ground. Paparazzi! Paparazzi! DY's behind him once again, but PYW jumping in deep here, getting off the damage along with Old 11. Ramsey's going to commit super hard onto Paparazzi here, but he is just completely controlled off, and there's nothing he can do. He's just dead, and the G's come out. That's going to be it for game number 1. Virtus.pro, they try their best, but ultimately, this Troll Warlord just could not get into the fights.
Dang. They made it interesting in the mid game, but Xtreme just completely destroying GPK in the mid lane, really giving him a miserable time. DM not looking comfortable at all on the Venomancer. So they didn't really have cores to play around with in the early game. I was shocked that they made it as close as they did, but still Xtreme looking fantastic.
Yeah, they looked very